Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you had a great New Year's Eve. I hope you had a great 2023, and I hope you're excited about 2024. And I've got something specific I want to share with you at the end of this video, so watch to the end. I do this channel primarily for young men growing up without a dad, because that's how I grew up. So I know some of the challenges that are associated with that, and my perspective is that of a young man. I don't think you've got a lot of support in society when you're growing up and you don't have positive male role models in your life and you're trying to figure out what it means to be a man. And I don't know that I'm the best guy to show you, but probably better than a drug addict or a convict, so we can start with that. All right, so how did you ring in the new year? Hopefully you were up late last night. Today is day 1 of 2024. Happy New Year again. I hope you're looking forward with some eagerness to what's possible this year. And if you're like me and you like to review the past year and set some goals for the coming year, if you haven't done that already, I'd invite you to do that. If you've grown up and your dad's not in your life and you're a young man, you have some challenges. Don't kid yourself, you do. Most of the time we think of those as, I don't have someone to show me how to balance my checkbook or manage money or fix a car or do home repairs. And those are real, but you don't need a dad for that. You can figure all that stuff out on YouTube or wherever you want, or ask someone else. That's not what you need a dad. Now that's the preferred way to learn it, because you hopefully would have a relationship with your dad that it wouldn't matter if you asked a dumb question or had a hard time figuring something out. But sadly today, more and more kids don't have dads in their lives. And we pay a price for that as a society. Regardless of the societal price, which is real, I'm more concerned about the price you're paying for it, because I know what it's like. I did have the benefit of good role models in my life. They weren't my dad, but there were men in my life, and I had older siblings, and sometimes they were good examples. If you guys are watching this, hopefully you take that with all the love that it's meant. But more and more, you don't have good role models in your life. Well, there was one guy in particular in my life. His name was Mark Gould, and Mark loved me. And that's the thing he did for me the most. I had an adult man who truly was genuinely not only interested in my well-being, but he did it because he loved me. That's the biggest thing that you're missing. So what's the risk of that? The biggest risk, at least as I experienced it, was questioning what's wrong with me. If my dad doesn't even want to be with me, or he doesn't love me, then there must be something wrong with me. As a kid, adults don't make mistakes. They're more like gods than like humans, and you don't realize that. And particularly for parents, it's hard for you to put your intellectual mind, let alone emotional mind, around the fact that maybe your parents aren't perfect. And maybe your dad is wrong. And maybe he's actually even a bad example. Maybe he's something you don't want to be when you grow up. Now, hopefully none of that's the case for you. But if you grew up without your dad, you're probably thinking that at least. So, Here's the invitation I've got for you. If you want to make a difference in 2024, because you don't have to go through your whole life in that negative environment or with those negative emotions, with that self-doubt and that concern about what's wrong with me. Am I going to be able to be a successful adult man? Am I going to figure out what that means? Am I going to be a good dad if I want to be? And hopefully you do. But how are you going to do that? Well, that's what I wrote about in the book, The Map to Manhood. And that's what I want to tell you about now. I'm having, starting tomorrow, a 5-day challenge. I'm calling it the Stepdad Challenge. It's navigating the fatherless journey. It's overcoming some of those challenges that you've got because you've grown up without a dad in your daily life. And it's free. So all you have to do is go to the mystepdad.org website and register for it, and you get the login information and you can watch it. And it's free to do. But I want you, if you're going to do it, to commit to do it. I don't want you to just do it as a curiosity. You commit to do it. So, missed the spot. I had someone ask me once, did Mark have a specific curriculum that he tried to teach you? And the answer was no. He was just there for me. He was just a good guy that showed me how to do things when they came up. And like I said, most of all, he loved me and he was interested in my well-being. So I thought about that, though, after they asked me that question. Well, what would I want to teach someone if they were growing up without their dad, a young man specifically? What do I think they're missing? And for me, there were 4 obvious and crucial elements that you're going to miss. Self-discipline is one, social skills is one, learning to love yourself is the biggest one, and then finding your purpose in life. Those are the 4 paths on the map to manhood. That's what's written about in the book. So what is this 5-day challenge I'm inviting you to join? We're going to take one of those paths each of the first 4 days, and we're going to go over what I think are the biggest lessons, the most crucial things, skills, lessons you can learn or that you need to learn in order to be successful as an adult man. Now, I want you to know you can have that happiness that you didn't have. I've got tons of memories as a dad with my kids that I will cherish for the rest of my life. Our kids are all adults now, but I've got those memories. Well, I had very, very, very few of those when I was growing up because my dad wasn't there. You may be thinking, well, crap, I missed out. It's not going to happen for me because I'm not a kid anymore. Well, you're not going to get those experiences as a kid with your dad, but let me tell you, they're pretty sweet as a dad with your kids, and that you can have. But it's not going to be easy, and it's not just going to happen. You've got to decide to take some action and then actually do it. And this is a great place to start for those actions. And this 5-day challenge is an easy way to get your toe in the water. Now, I say that, and right when I say that, I'm going to say, don't just come if you're curious what it's going to be like. I want you to commit to do it. So it's easy. 5 days, an hour a day. It probably won't even go a whole hour. But I'm going to do a live stream, and we're going to talk about the self-discipline and a specific action there. There's a bunch of them on there. But I'm going to pick the ones that I think are the most crucial for you to be successful as an adult man, and we're going to go over that. And the challenge part is I want you to do something about it in that next 24 hours. I want you to take action on that. Day 2, we're going to look at social skills. And I've picked a challenge that is doable in 24 hours, and it will be a challenge. And it will also make a big difference in your life if you do it. The 3rd day is the love path, learning to love. That's a big challenge one. That'll take a little more time, but there's some specific action that you can take, and we're going to cover that on day 3. And then day 4 is finding your purpose and living your purpose. Day 5 is going to wrap it all up. How you can have the life that you didn't have, how you can become the man that you want to be, that you should be, and that will be best for you, and how you can become the husband and father that you didn't have when you were growing up. So hopefully that makes sense. I hope 2024 is a fantastic year for you. Go to mystepdad.org or look for the link in this description and register for the free event. I hope you'll be in this first one because this is going to be fun and it's going to be good, and this will help get you off to a great start in 2024. Always remember, you can still succeed even though your dad may not be in your daily life. You can. And you do have a dad that loves you.